Okay. So my name is Daisy. I organize with MIRAC, and I've also done work with Unidos. I wasn't prepared to talk, but I prepared something really brief, so I'm just gonna read it. There are so many people suffering in silence. We all need to start uplifting their stories. One story that I'll share with you all is the story of Gladys Weeks. She will show up before a judge who will determine her fate in 5 days at this very building. So that's Wednesday, July 17th. She came to this country when she was 1 year old. She's now 34 years old. She has a 7-year-old daughter, and she may find herself in Liberia, a country she hasn't been to for 33 years. I want to remind us all that laws are not always just. Some may argue that people like Gladys came to this country illegally. I'll tell them, what about the settlers who decided to kill for land, who decided to enslave Africans for power? What about the politicians who decided to kill immigrants by funding a border that kills? Institutions such as ICE and CBP that criminalizes Black and brown bodies. Legality is not synonymous with morality. Pick a side. Complacency is not what we need. Our struggles are all connected, believe it or not. Immigration is not just an issue that happens here in the United States. It happens everywhere. And myself as a DACA recipient, some of my fellow activists here, they said that they're scared. I'm scared. And as I've always said, solidarity is what we need. Sorry. Okay.
Love you, Daisy.
Thank you. So I wish someone could help me for this, but I had the privilege of going to the border recently. Oh my gosh. And it's just...
You're amazing!
It's really sad to see what people actually go through. And not many people know what's going on at the border. And people die. People die. And so people may want to silence me. And before I went to the border, I wasn't as outspoken as I am now. Because I now realize how important it is for us to use our voice to help the less fortunate. Okay, I don't like being emotional, but so my organization, we are organizing a report back to talk about our experience at the border. It's going to be Monday, July 22nd at 7 p.m. at El Colegio High School. If you want more information, you can follow MIRAC. And one thing I remember writing in my journal when we were at the border is I would sometimes just like randomly see a flower, and I was like, I get to come here and enjoy the beauty of a flower, where some immigrants, that's the last image that they saw before they died. So this is real. And that's all I wanted to say. Sorry for crying.
Hi everyone, my name is Nikki. I am a staff member for Congresswoman Ilhan Omar here in her district office. The Congresswoman, unfortunately, is not able to join in person tonight, but she is with you in spirit, and she asked me to read this letter here on her behalf. Dear friends, thank you for spending your Friday evening outside the ICE offices in Fort Snelling. While I'm unable to be with you in person this evening, I stand with you today and every day in the fight for immigration justice. This weekend, President Trump is set to begin immigration raids all over the country. He keeps talking about quote-unquote illegal immigrants, while ICE and Border Patrol continue to break numerous laws, violate international human rights standards, and violate core human principles of dignity and family unity. I could not be more disgusted by what this administration has done to target and attack people who are our friends, neighbors, and family. That is why I have repeatedly called for us to abolish ICE and establish a new agency that is accountable to Congress and to the public. We cannot allow a lawless, discriminatory agency to continue operating like it has been. Here in Minnesota, ICE is proposing to expand detention by hundreds of beds. The two places that are fighting to imprison more people have some of the worst records in our state and in our country. Instead of expanding expensive, inhumane detention, we need to adopt community-based alternatives while people wait for their day in court. Many of these practices are effective while costing exponentially less, a fact that has been confirmed by the Department of Homeland Security itself. But even these numbers speak only to the cost to taxpayers. They don't include the immeasurable costs paid every day by the detained, their families, and our communities. The policy of extended detention for all individuals, regardless of flight risk or history of behavior, tears families apart without providing any benefit to our communities. We have a lot to do, but I am inspired to know that so many of my fellow Minnesotans are fighting for the great American tradition of opening our doors to people who are fleeing violence and chaos in hopes of a better life. Thank you for being here tonight, and I look forward to fighting alongside you for immigration justice. Sincerely, Ilhan Omar.
Thanks for coming, everyone. Oh, I don't think I'm going to be able to talk loud enough. I just wanted to say a few words about next steps. I know that you're all here tonight, but many of us just want to know what else can we do. So in your Facebook invitation tomorrow, we will be sharing a document that has suggestions. Many organizations that need help, need your money, need your time as a volunteer, and other actions like this that you might want to be aware of. So in a Facebook event, once it's over, you can't see it so readily. You have to go to your past events in your Facebook page to find it, but we will upload pictures and this next steps document for all of you to use in the coming weeks and years. Thanks.
Thank you, everyone. Sue, thank you so much for coming to my office and asking me to do this. We will continue this journey together. Thank you very much for being here tonight. Go home, do the work, continue to be an activist, and make sure that you take everything you brought with you. Please. Thank you so much.